We have no choice but to get rich at this point.
You can make too much money out of that. Look at them feet, bro. She invested like 6 grand into trading. Yeah. She's on like minus £900. She lost 900 quid. And then she's like, oh, and I was like, yeah, didn't you clock like the tariffs and stuff? And she's like, nah. Growing up, yeah, the one thing you always did, bro, like I see my little brothers now, yeah, and like, bro, it's all just games. Like, that's the only thing kids do these days. It's like, you got your laptop, you got like your games, you got basically being a child nowadays is like brain rot 100, like professional brain rot.
Yeah. That's true.
Like respectfully, yeah, I used to have them. You know them computers, yeah. But like the back was like fat.
It's like a TV kind of.
It was like a TV, but it wasn't. It was, and the only like you never had a flat screen. Like I didn't even have a laptop or tablet, nothing. There was only like one computer in the house here, and that was in my dad's room, innit? So like I
couldn't touch it.
Nah, bro, I couldn't. And it weren't even flat. It was like that wide.
Damn.
So, bro, every day, yeah, if it was winter, you come home and you go, and then after that you go mosque for like 2 hours after school. You come back on the weekends, you go to the park. But then in the summer, bro, you take the summer holidays off from like mosque and school, obviously, and bro, it's just like bang out 9 hours a day in the park, bro. I'm talking like 10 a.m. to sunset at like 8 p.m. innit? And like that was a life, bro. You play like 4 football matches in a day, like with like 50 different people, and then like you go outside, and in between that you play like 5 cricket matches with like random kids, and that's all you do, bro.
And you come home sweaty, dirty, but you just feel so happy.
Exactly, bro. Like your sweat everywhere, bro. You basically got mud inside your nostrils, Your shoes are ripped. Like you got one pair of shoes, or your mom buys you them and you're like, yo, this is it, innit? And they're ripped, Or like I had like one cricket bat, my dad bought me for like, bro, it's for like £20. I was thinking like, that's expensive, bro. Because like, respectfully, bro, 10 quid in like, no, forget even 10 quid, bro. Like in early secondary school or let's say primary school, end of primary school times, £5, bro. That was lasting. That was 2 weeks for me, bro. 2 weeks of sweets, chocolate. £5 was mad. So if someone buys a bat for like £20, I'm thinking, yo, that's mad expensive. And I remember one day, bro, I broke that. It was peak for me. It's peak.
Damn.
But yeah, that was it, bro. It was all just outdoors, everything.
Yeah.
And obviously, like my dad used to like go to the cricket club every Saturday, so I used to go with him. But apart from that, bro, it's like that's all I did, bro. Like my local park had I think you might have been there.
The one that I went to with you and the other people when we were training.
Nah, this is another one. You know London Tigers, Spikesbridge Park.
London Tigers, the football team.
Yeah. Basically that park, when I was growing up, it didn't used to have the football pitch and stuff, but it just had grass and like concrete courts. And later they put the football pitch in and like they used to just do events and stuff. I used to go there all the time. But yeah, basically that was all I did till like lockdown. Lockdown was the first time I ever opened up, like I properly opened up a laptop and I was like, yo, let me download a game in it. I downloaded a Football Manager.
And you never stopped.
That's the only Football Manager I've got, bro. And I can't.
You have it on your phone now everywhere.
Nah, I think is with my Football Manager, because I know it's bad for me, I know that ain't good for me. Like the thing is, I do it in spurts. So like, I love like 3 weeks, but I just bang out. Like probably like if I have nothing to do, if I'm not like assignments or anything, or if I'm not playing cricket, like it's just like a dull time in it. I'll bang out 3 weeks, bang out. I'm talking like brain rot, like peak, like every 4 or 5 hours a day. Damn. I do that and then I get bored of it, obviously, and I delete it for like at least 6 months.
Oh damn!
And then I do that again like for 3 weeks. So that's the only time. And it's still got the same Football Manager, bro, 2020 version, and I don't buy a new one since. So that's the first time I opened up a game, but like I'll be real, like if I had other stuff to do, like I would not be like I'll be doing like just be outside playing.
Yeah. I get that, man. Like with the thing, like with the brain rot, like kids these days. I don't want to be that old.
I don't want to be that guy.
These kids of these generation.
No, like I get it.
The brain rot is real, bro.
The brain rot is
you see little babies have tablets already, bro.
Bro, my little cousin, this guy is like 15 months old, If he takes his eyes off Peppa Pig, That's it.
He'll kill you.
He's gonna kill me. He's gonna destroy the house. And, like, he basically does two things. Yeah, he either watches Peppa Pig or goes outside and like into the garden and just like starts eating rocks, bro. I don't understand this guy.
Nah,
There's like vegetarian, yeah? There's vegan, and there's this guy. He just eats sand, rocks, and dirt, like pure organic stuff.
Nah, that is a serious thing though, and like I can't comprehend, I can't fathom it, because I think our backgrounds are a bit similar in the sense that I used to be out all the time playing football. Like once me and my friends just hiked up a mountain for the fun of it. It took us like 6 hours to go up there and come back. We just did it for the fun of it, because I can't comprehend having a childhood where I'm just sitting in the screen all the time.
Just being inside, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I like, but even today, yeah, I leave in the morning. I go to like my cricket. I come home, yeah, because my mum's calling me. Like, I sit down there. I eat rice for like half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm talking, and then shower and then come out. Like, all I want to do is just like go away and like just go places, isn't it? So, like, just I don't know how, like, I don't know people like these, but I feel like that's what brain rot, isn't it? You're technically at home, like you're physically at home, but like mentally, like, bro, like, because you got TikTok, you got games, you're mentally
in a different place.
Whereas like when we were growing up, because we didn't have that sort of interaction on like a on like an online server or something. Don't like our socializing, our doing stuff was like actually going outside. Because now you can do all that, or you can get the same feeling of like interacting and like being active, but you're actually just sitting down. Do you get what I'm saying?
Like, I don't know if you remember in season 1 or season 2 of the podcast, I had this psychologist. Like, this is bringing up so many questions I feel like I could ask him. Like, because one thing I heard as well is like the reason why people are like, obviously not everything can be classed down to just one singular reason. It's like thousands of factors. But one of the big reasons why people are like addicted to certain things, like addicted to social media or like pornography and stuff, it's because like you don't have to work hard to get that stuff. Like if you wanted, like 20 years ago, if you wanted to have sex with someone, you have to actually go out and like get to know
someone,
people, like charm them.
Like it's actual effort.
Yeah, like, you have to take them on dates. But now it's like you can get an inflatable doll from online somewhere, and then it's super easy. Or like if you wanted to make friends, you actually have to go out and like shake someone's hand and be like, hey, how are you, blah blah blah.
Now you like whip out Snapchat.
Yeah, just like, yo, what are you saying? Yo, send me a picture for picture or whatever the kids do these days. But like, you mentioned as well, you used to go with your dad to play cricket a lot. Did your dad play for like a team or something, or what was it?
Yeah, he played for like, obviously he used to play like before I was born, but like when he moved here, he played for like Acton Cricket Club.
The same club?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But he was playing there before I was born. So like he used to go play there every Saturday, innit, and like train during the week. So like I used to go with him. Like half the time, I'll be real, like I didn't even know what was going on till I was like 7. I was just there, innit, because like, but I don't want to be at home. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I was 6 years old. I just want to go places. So and then I clocked like he was playing cricket, and then I started playing with him. And I was like, yo, this is fun, innit? And I just like carried on, innit.
That's crazy, man. You play for the same club as your dad. Is your dad like, does every time you go there, people like, do they talk to you about your dad? Do they tell you about him?
Nah, not even that. Not even anymore, bro. Because I've been there like a long time now, bro. Like I started playing when I was 8, and I'm like 20 now. So like in the first 4 or 5 years, it was like that because like people didn't know me. But like now I've been there 12 years, bro. It's like you don't get that. Now it's the other way around, bro.
What? Wait, how?
No, now it's me telling these man, yo, I'll see some old guy be like, yo, did you play with my dad? He'll be like, yeah. It's the other way around, bro. It's not like old man asking me, yo, I played with him. I still go like, yo, I think you might have played with my dad.
Yo,
like,
you used to play with my dad, innit?
And he's like, what are you trying to say? You saying I'm old? I'm like, yeah.
Man. Bro. Of course, bro. Look at you, bro.
You ain't young if you play with my dad.
Yeah, that's crazy. So do you think your dad always wanted you to be a cricket player?
Yeah, I think so. Like it wasn't like you have to be, but like that was it. He was like, yo, you're gonna like, because he saw like I was good and stuff, and he was like, yeah, that's probably what you're gonna end up being.
And what did your mom ever want you to be something, or was she just like supporting you in general?
Nah, bro, my mum's been telling me for 15 years I wanted you to be a pilot. I'm like, what do you mean, bro?
Pilot?
I was like, I have no interest in planes. Like, what are you on about? Where'd you get this from? She's like, I don't know, bro. One day in my head, I decided I wanted you to be a pilot, so now you're going to be a pilot. I was like, huh? That's when you got to do maths, physics. I'm going to enter you into a pilot. I'm like, yo, I don't even like planes. Like, I like traveling, but like, yo, I've been trying to be a pilot.
Yeah, that's great. I think moms have that fantasy as well. Because my mom had a phase where she was like, oh, you're going to be a pilot so you can fly me around.
Yo,
you're going to be a doctor so you can treat me when I'm sick. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to be a pilot just for you. just to fly you around. And I
like, you're going to get bored of flying, yeah? Like, you might fly what? Like, even max, yeah? Say you fly max every 2 weeks, yeah? What do I do for the other 14 days? What do I do for the other, like, 95% of my life? Yeah. I just fly.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those, being a pilot is one of those jobs where for the first month, it feels so good because you're like, oh, I'm in the air, I'm doing this. But after a while, it's just lonely.
It's just like, probably kind of long, bro.
Yeah, I'm just always floating in the air, doing what? And then you just don't find any purpose in it.
It's not like, I get it's like active and stuff, but like at a certain point, you just like, it's like driving, bro. Like I got my license like 2 years ago, but I've only properly started driving like now, innit? Yeah. I'm driving, I'm like, yo, like, look at me, innit? Yeah. Bro, I'm whipping my dad's 7-seater, bro, it's sick, man. I can chuck all my kit bag and stuff. Yeah. I can take the whole team to away games.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm whipping that and I'm like, yo, this is sick, picking up all the boys. Yeah. And then like, I see my dad, this guy hates driving. Yeah. But like, he drives for a living, like, that's his job, innit? Yeah. He drives buses, innit? Yeah. So like, but like, I can imagine like, that's what pilot becomes like. Eventually you get to a point where like, yeah, like, it's cool and all, but like, I've done this for like the 35,000th time.
Yeah, and like, just gets boring.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think being a bus driver as well is such a thankless job. Like the amount of times where you just go on the bus and like there's people who are always trying to bump the bus. People are always going at the bus driver. Like you barely hear anyone come on and be like, yo, thank you, driver, thank you for the ride, driver. They're just like, just walk out, or they're trying to bump it or something. I used to bump, not gonna lie, so I'm not.
No, but everyone bumped. Thing is, like at a certain point, drivers don't actually care. Cause, like they still get paid, innit? Yeah. But like that's on TFL, innit? Yeah. I can't say bad things about TFL, bro. They're patting me differently. So.
Yeah, man. You get free everything.
Yeah, bro, I can't,
everything.
Politically, I can't say anything bad about TFL. So.
Yeah. Or they're gonna take away your free.
Yes, bro. I need that.
Like you gotta start paying now,
bro. Even like the car, I could have like the only time I actually use a car in London is like when I'm actually going to away games because I've all like kit and equipment and I've got to take all the boys to like a far away game, innit?
Yeah.
So I've got to take bare stuff. But other than that, bro, I'm just like tube, bus, everything.
Yeah. Which makes sense to be honest. Like, I'm delaying getting a car as far as possible just because I feel like
driving in London's a fire.
Yeah, it's gonna suck out my bank account
differently,
like, bro. It's gonna see money leaving.
Road tax, insurance, bro, ULEZ, all this stuff, bro. You're gonna be finished. But I can't like TFL's not cheap either. If you're playing, like,
it's getting more expensive.
Bro,
like remember when it used to be? Was it £1.20
for like a full day?
Yeah, but back in the day,
I know, bro.
When you tap into the train, it used to be £1.20 or something. Now it's £1.50, £1.75.
I clocked. You know, 125 is the new £1. Everywhere, Doritos 125.
Yeah.
Everything that used to be £1 is now 125.
You know this corner shop just down here. I don't know if you've seen it, but there was 1 week, like 2 years ago, where I just walked in and all the prices went up
to 125. Exactly.
I was like, bro, I got these Doritos last week for £1.
Like everything went to 125. Yeah. Like even like M&Ms, like anything. Yeah, everything used to be £1. So, but even if you go Poundland now. It's not Poundland, it's £1.25 Poundland. Everything, even Poundland, where everything's meant to be £1, is £1.25. I'm like, yo, what is going on? But bro, it's peaking it.
That's just the economy, bro. We have no choice but to get rich at this point, because like, if not, it's just gonna fall behind, innit? But yeah,
it's calm, bro. I'll go camping in it, but can't even that's expensive, bro.
Everything is expensive these days, and you know that's the thing, like. There's people who say, oh, I don't need money to be happy. You're like, oh, I can just go on a walk in the park.
Nah,
But
I
what are you
get
gonna
to a
do in the
certain
park?
point,
To
bro.
like, imagine going to the park, going on a walk in the park every single day. Like you're gonna get thirsty. You're gonna have to buy water, bro. You need shoes to walk in the park, bro. You
But
like,
that's what I'm like. I was telling my mum like, I like, yo, I'll happily be unemployed here, but the only reason I need employment is so that I can feed myself, I can pay rent at uni, and I can afford to buy all the cricket gear, so that I can actually like play in the park and like train in it.
yeah.
Otherwise, like everyone would be unemployed in it, and that would be so chill.
Yeah.
But like at a certain point, even like being unemployed, like you must get bored. Like you got to be doing something.
Yeah.
Like even if you're like, there's unemployed, and then there's like not working unemployed. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not working, but you're still getting like money from places like
Not
certain things.
not even money, but like you're still doing stuff. Like if you're say you're a student, yeah,
Yeah.
and like you're doing like a like work experience, or like you're studying, or like a lot of like footballers and cricketers, like they don't actually have a contract, but they're still training every day because they're trying to work towards something, innit?
Yeah.
Because like you can still be unemployed, but you're working towards something, like if you're a student or whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's unemployed, where you're not working towards anything,
Yeah.
and you're not actually physically working for money either. Just like, yo, like what's going on, bro?
Yeah,
Like,
that's when it becomes a real problem, bro.
yeah, but that's like every kid until you're like 15, because you don't need to, like, you're just vibing in it.
Yeah.
And then you reach a certain point where like, yo, I actually need to like work towards something now.
Yeah. When was the first time like that you started thinking about money and like started thinking about being a man and things like that?
What do you mean, like money?
Like when was the first time you woke up and you thought to yourself, you know, I need to start getting a job, or I need to start making money so I can get my own house, so I can have a family, so I can get a car, so I can take care of people.
COVID, bro.
COVID.
Yeah.
Were you like
2020.
15, 16 years old?
Year 11 COVID. Or year 10, year 11 COVID.
Yeah.
Well, like basically, COVID was the first time like I was actually stuck at home for like not that long, because like obviously like, bro, I don't even get me started. Like after 2 weeks of COVID, like I never seen more people in the park than after COVID. Like, you know, during COVID, I've never seen more people in my park ever. Because everyone was unemployed, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone was in the park, just playing games all day, like running around.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, this is life, yeah. But then after that, yeah, after COVID ended, all the guys that I was playing with, yeah, they went back to their jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
And then that's when I clocked. I was like, yo, I can't do this forever. Like, I got to actually like get a job and stuff as well. Like, I got to do something.
Yeah.
Because like that. You know that first COVID summer when the weather was so nice,
Yeah.
and it was like, bro, like playing all day in the park or whatever, and you're like, and that obviously that was so sick. But once that came to an end, and as I said, like people went back to their jobs, that's when you're like, what am I gonna do, bro? I can't just go back to like year 11, but I gotta do something.
Yeah. So like, were those people like your peers, like your friends, or just like different random people?
Bro, random guys, yeah, I met in the park, yeah, and cause like they didn't have anything. No, yo,
God damn.
camouflage, yeah. I see you with a red jacket, but
naturally,
yeah, because like because like I was spending more time with them than my family. I was spending like 8 hours a day in the park with these guys, yeah, and then I go home and I just sleep, yeah. So like you get proper close to these man, and then they just go back to their work. You're like, yo, I need to do stuff in it.
Yeah, that's crazy. So in terms of like, so you started playing cricket. In terms of your development in cricket, when did it go from, oh, I'm playing this because I love this sport, you know, or did you love the sport? When did you start loving the sport, and when did it become a thing where I want to carry on playing this professionally, start training and things like that?
Like when I was going with my dad, yeah, like you're just playing like with it like a softball, you're just hitting it, and you're like this is fun, innit? Like you're just playing because you're a kid. And then like I got to like my first match here was when I was 8 years old, and I played for a while, and I was like, yo, this is fun. And then one day, like one of the coaches went to our dad's like, yo, we should end him for like some like borough trials or something, innit? And I went to that, and like I actually got in, but like I didn't even do anything that year because I was like the year below. it's like it wasn't my age group. I was playing an age group above.
Okay.
So I didn't do anything, and like I kind of like, yeah. But that's when like, but once it went from like playing in the park to like playing like real matches, and like you're doing like real performances, like you actually like you're physically scoring runs and like you're physically like winning like actual matches. That's when you're clocked. I was like, yo, I'm actually like good at this. I can actually like play for better teams and stuff like that. It's like the equivalent of like, say like you're playing football, yeah, you're banging like 3,500 goals at lunchtime, yeah, or you're playing on the concrete mover with your friends, yeah, and you're banging and you're averaging like 12 goals a game, and then you rock up to Sunday league, yeah, and you actually start scoring there, and you're like, yo, I'm actually like this. I'm actually good at real football as well. Like there's actually probably something I can do. And then that's where like it started and stuff.
Oh, nice man, nice. So was that like a gradual process? Something that you weren't really trying. You're just playing for the love of the sport, and then you just discovered.
Yeah, I was also trying because like I wasn't trying to like obviously like no 11-year-old or like most 11-year-olds aren't thinking about being pro, but obviously you're trying because like you want to win in it. That's the trying you were doing. But yeah, that's kind of like when you realize that I actually like playing the game, like not just like hitting the ball, like I actually like playing the whole game. Like it's not like just like it's like you're playing football, you don't just like whipping free kicks, you actually like enjoy playing the actual football match. You know what I'm saying?
Like everything
like the contest and everything, like you actually enjoy the whole thing.
And in terms of the tactics, because I'm like new to cricket, I don't understand all the rules. In terms of the tactical side, the technical side of cricket, if you had to explain to someone, simplify it as much as possible, such as what is cricket, what are the main rules, what are the things that you need to do to play cricket successfully, what would you say to them?
Cricket is like, it's weird because it's technically a team game, but like you actually do it on your own.
Okay.
So like when you're bowling, you're the one you only bowl the ball by yourself, no one's helping you to bowl the ball, you're doing that on your own. So like, and then once you got the batter, so you're bowling on your own to the batter, and the batter you like, obviously you're because you're basically batting on your own, you're making a score for yourself. Obviously it helps towards the team because like all together you put all the scores together, whichever team gets the highest score wins. But it's weird because like in a way, you've got to train like say like a tennis player or table tennis or golfer. Like you got to just work on your own skill, got to work on your own fitness. Like everything is about you, but you still have to learn to adapt it so that like it works together with the team. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not like hockey or football or rugby where like the amount of time, like even in a football match, the best players, if you combine the amount of time that the ball is actually at their feet, it's no longer than like 90 seconds in a game.
Yeah, true.
It's like that's not even what, like 2% or something. Of the entire game that they're actually physically thingy. But like in cricket, it's a lot more. Like the amount of impact you can have on your team is so much bigger. So that's why it's like the tactical side is kind of weird because it's very like self-focused, but you have to adapt it to like suit the like situation and teams and stuff like that.
Yeah. I do want to dive more, not just for me, because I do want to learn more of the rules and things, but also for people watching who might want to learn about cricket. I want to dive into like the nitty gritty, the rules, the different words, the technical side of it. In terms of cricket, you've spoken about the fundamentals of cricket. Even though it's a team sport, it's still like highly individual. Like you have to do your part and everyone has to do their part, and then you come together. So break it down in the sense of what are the main rules, like how do you score, how do you stop someone from scoring, what's a foul like, and like what do you get ejected, things like that.
Okay, so there's two teams obviously, one team bats, another team fields. The batting team, they bat in order 1 to 11. There's two people batting at the same time, but obviously only one person is hitting the ball. So that one person is at like one end of the pitch and the other batter's at the other end.
Yeah.
So one bowler normally bowls 6 balls usually.
Mm-hmm.
Number can vary depending on what tournament you're playing, but usually 6 balls in a row at the batter,
Yeah.
and the batter has to like use his bat to score runs.
Okay.
And obviously you can do that by like you hit the ball,
Yeah.
and you run to the other side, and the other batter runs to your side, and you basically swap ends.
Okay.
If you do that once, that's 1 run. Obviously you can do that. If you hit it and you hit it far enough, you can run 2 or you can run 3. And obviously at the end there's a boundary rope, which is the end of the playing area. If you hit it past the rope, it's 4 runs, so like 4 automatic, you don't have to run. And if you hit it over the rope, like without bouncing, that's 6 automatic runs. You don't have to like run in between or anything, you don't have to swap with your partner.
Okay.
And obviously what I said earlier, you bowl 6 balls in a row, the bowler. And that's 1 over. And there's like every game has a certain amount of overs.
Yeah.
And whoever has the most runs at the end wins. But obviously the bowler like he can do 2 things. Bowler can either like stop the batter from scoring runs, like go defensive, or they can go offensive and like try to get them out.
Okay.
And like, obviously you can get them out by if you hit the stumps behind them.
Yeah.
You can get them caught.
Yeah.
You can get them run out. So like if they're running and you throw the ball to either end of there'll be their stumps at either end. If you hit the wickets at either end and like they're not inside their ground and they're out. Like in baseball, if you don't reach the plate, you're out in it. So there's that as well. There's also other ways to get out. Like if you stand in front of your wickets, you miss the ball, say it hits your pad, and the umpire who's standing there thinks like if you weren't there, it would have hit the stumps in it. He can give you out.
Okay.
And obviously there's a couple of other stuff, but those are the main ones, isn't it?
So like in terms of standing in front of you, also when you place, you have to stand on the side of the wicket.
No, you can stand in front if you want. You can stand anywhere you like.
Okay.
But like if you stand in front, the risk is if you miss it and it hits your leg, the umpire can give you out because like technically if you weren't there, it would have hit the stumps.
Yeah.
So it's up to you wherever you're comfortable to stand, but the risk is like obviously if you're standing like directly in front, if you miss it, then you're gonna get given out.
Okay. And then what are the different ways you can foul? Like what are the types of fouls?
Oh, for like a bowler?
Yeah, or just for in general.
A batter, obviously you can't hit the ball twice. Like and you can't just block it and then hit it again. You can only obviously hit it once.
Yeah.
Obviously you can't use your hands.
Yeah.
So you can't like physically pick up or anything. For a bowler, there's a few ways to have an illegal ball, so like it won't count. Like you have to re-bowl it. One is a no ball if you go past the line.
Okay.
So there's a line that you have to bowl from.
Yeah.
If you go past that line, it's a no ball. That means you went too far forward.
Okay.
And it's a no ball. You have to do it again. There's also a wide. So there's lines on the edge of the pitch.
Yeah.
Like basically like around a meter and a half from the batter that way and that way.
Yeah.
Which is like the line that basically says you have to bowl inside because if you bowl away from that, obviously it's too wide. They can't hit it. That's also far. And then it's the same with like. But those are the main ones. You have like bounces and stuff, but those are the 2 main ones.
Okay, so in terms of having a no ball, what if someone has a really long arms and like their feet haven't crossed the line, but their arms are like...
That's fine. There's people like that. So there's one Indian bowler called Jasprit Bumrah. He basically has this thing called hyperflexion or hyper extension.
Hypermobility or something.
Hyper extension, like you know your elbow, yeah? We couldn't go straight. His like goes back further.
Damn.
So it's bare free. So what he does is like he'll reach the line normally and then like his head will go forward. Because his arm can extend backwards, he kinda like does that. So like he's not actually bowling from above the line, he's bowling from like 1 meter in front of the line. Or like 40 centimeters in front of the line, something like that. So yeah, it's freaky like that, but technically if you're behind the line you're fine.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy. Like your elbow, was he just born like that?
Yeah, probably. It's just a lot of people have it, but
yeah.
but it's like you don't actually have to be fully behind that. It's like in football for the ball to go out of play, the whole ball has to be over the line.
Yeah.
It's in cricket. It's like as long as you have some part of your foot behind the line, you're fine.
Okay.
So if it's on the line, it's a no ball. You have to do it as long as you have something behind the line. So you can have half and half, which is what most people do. Half your foot in front, half behind. Okay. If you have your little bit of your heel behind, you're fine.
Oh, okay. So let's say I had never played cricket before, I came to you like, Huzaifa, I want to start playing cricket. I want to play and see how good I can get. I've never touched a cricket ball before. What advice would you give me?
Well, the first thing, if you're gonna play with there's three types. There's a few types of cricket ball. The first one is soft one, which you use for kids, made of rubber. Doesn't hurt. A real cricket ball is like leather, and they have cork inside, so that's heavy, bro. You gotta get used to that. You gotta get used to running in pads as a batter. You gotta get used to batting with it. You gotta get used to hitting the ball, because obviously the ball bounces.
Yeah.
So it can move in the air, and then once it bounces, it can spin. Or like on the ball, there's this thing called seams.
Yeah.
And like if it hits that, it can like go sideways. So like it's a bit unpredictable. So you have to get used to that. But also the important thing is a lot of people that are new to cricket, you need to learn that you can't throw the ball, you have to bowl it. So your over has to be straight.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you reach when you reach the point where your arm's about to go over, it has to be straight like that. You can't bend it, because then that becomes throwing. You can only throw when you're fielding or catching or whatever. You can throw it any time like that. When you're bowling, you can't throw it. Your elbow has to be straight. So that's one thing a lot of like new kids have to learn, or new people have to learn.
Yeah. So it's basically the bowling motion is basically all from your shoulders. Like
Your shoulder. That's why people have run ups in it, because you run up to build momentum and then you roll your arm over. Otherwise, you could just chuck it. So you got. That's why people run up. They build momentum, and then like the power comes from like their core, their legs, and then their shoulder and upper body.
Yeah, I think the one thing that stands out to me so much with people who are experiencing cricket like you, like, is the hand-eye coordination, bro. The ball, like when you're training with the ball launcher machine and the ball is moving at like 90 miles per hour, I can't even see the ball. I'm like, how is this guy still hitting the ball?
The thing
I can't
is,
even see.
With the machine, it's a bit different, because like the machine, it puts it in the exact same place every time. So obviously you still got to react, but like, because you know it's going to be there, you're already kind of like halfway through the shot. Like imagine you're a goalkeeper, yeah, and someone's taking a penalty, and you know that the penalty is going to be bottom left. Like he told you, it's just like you know it's going to be bottom left.
Yeah.
Obviously, you still have to react and save the penalty. Like you still have to be good and react. But like, if you know it's bottom left, you can start like going a little bit. You can start edging that way a bit. Give yourself a bit of advantage. Get in a position instead of suddenly being like, oh my god, it's bottom left. Like it's the same with the ball machine. Like you know where it is. But like against real bowlers, when you don't know exactly where it's going to be, you kind of have to like pick up clues and ideas. So like you basically, like every bowler has their natural zone. Like taller bowlers, naturally they like hit the pitch more, so they bounce it more. So against taller bowlers, you might like sit on the back foot a bit more, so you can like play up here, or against like smaller guys, you might naturally go a bit forward because you're expecting the ball to be here. So like that's how most of like batting works. You pick up the clues, and like you pick up information, like the pitch you're playing on, like it might be bouncy or it might not bounce. So you have to factor in like so much different information, or like where the fielders are, because you can put the fielders anywhere, and where the bowler puts the fielder, it gives you a clue to like where he's gonna bowl in it. Because like if he puts all the fielders on that one side of the ground, then that probably means he's gonna bowl there. So like you pick up all these clues, and in your mind you have a general idea of this guy's probably gonna bowl here, but he might also bowl here. So you kind of be like, okay, I'm gonna get ready for this, and then if he does that, I'm gonna just like hit it, or I'm gonna leave it, or whatever. Like you give yourself options. So, and obviously you can train hand-eye, but that's what most of it is. You gotta like understand like all the scenarios and stuff.
Damn, that is crazy because the speeds are insane.
Yeah.
But in terms of I know you said you can train hand-eye. I want to know as well, in terms of general training for cricket, what's your routine like, or what's a cricket routine like in a week of training, for example?
It depends. It's season or off season, like.
Okay, let's start with season and then we'll go to off season.
So in the season for training, depends if I'm having a morning session or evening session. So if I'm free that day, I'll have a morning session. I'll go to my local like net facility. You know what a net is? You seen a net?
Yeah, like Inside, yes.
It's basically a cricket pitch, but they have a net on it so that when you hit the ball, you don't have to go fetch it.
Yeah.
So I'll go there and like, you know, you do your warm-ups, whatever, stretch out, you might do a few sprints just to get yourself going. And then like I'm a batter, so I'll go in the net, yeah, and the first thing I'll do is like, normally I'll get someone to like literally throw the ball to me underarm, like really slowly, just to work on like technique. Just to make sure that like when I'm hitting the ball, like I'm hitting it correctly, and like I'm using the right techniques with my hands, and the bat swing is all like nice and clean in it.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'll get someone to either bowl at me or like throw at me with a stick, one of those slingers that's like faster, or like a machine, and just actually start like, you know, putting in some variability in it, so that I have to make decisions. And then like it depends on what I'm training for. Some days I might be training against like spin bowlers. So obviously spin and fast bowlers are different. Fast bowlers, they're running from like far back and they're basically trying to bowl as fast as they can to like beat you for pace. Spinners, they like use their fingers and their wrist to like spin the ball. So when the ball lands, it just spins and like it just like you miss it basically. You'll spin that way or spin that way, and it's like harder to line up. So it depends what I'm practicing, but I'll either go into one of those two. And like work on like a game situation or like a specific shot, because there's different shot types. You can like front foot, back foot, offside, leg side, and like it depends on like where the field is. So like say one day I just want to practice like against fast bowler, and I just want to practice hitting to the offside, then like that's all I'll do. I'll just like face the bowler and like in my head I'll make up an imaginary field and say, yo, let's pretend the fielder is there, there and there, and I just like practice hitting the ball into like the gap where there's no fielders. So you just practice hitting the ball into where there's no fielders, or you practice defending, or you like when you're hitting the ball really far, you want to practice hitting it like away from the fielders, or basically you want to practice hitting different parts so you can like get runs, obviously, when the ball doesn't go to the fielder.
And I guess when you're trying to, obviously there's different strategies when you're batting. Sometimes you might not be trying to get a six, but is the six the best possible batting outcome? That you can get?
Obviously, because obviously it's risk, because to hit a six you have to hit the ball in the air, which means that if you don't hit it well, then someone can catch it.
Makes sense. And in terms of, so obviously that's your on-court routine. You're training in a specific way, which is going to replicate how you play. Do you have like a gym routine, yoga routine, something?
In terms of gym, it's mostly explosivity exercises, power and explosivity, because cricket's not like, obviously there's endurance, because you have to play for a long time, but it's not actually endurance like a marathon or like football or hockey, where basically you're like 90 minutes up and down, up and down, up and down, like nothing stops. Like everything happens at once. So you have one ball will happen, everything happens. So like the bowler bowls, the batter hits, the batter runs, the fielder runs, everything happens in the space of 20 seconds. And then there's a break, like a 30-second break until the bowler goes back to his run up and gets ready again. So that's why everything is explosivity, because like you want to have explosivity to be able to hit the ball hard, so you can hit the ball far for six. Explosivity, like quickness, like, you know, agility, stuff like that, so you can move quickly. Or like a spinner or a fast bowler, you know, you need power. And so that's why most of my like gym or like conditioning will be like sprints and just explosivity exercises. So medicine balls, flat bar deadlifts, a lot of plyometrics as well. So obviously you still want to have a good general cardio in terms of like yo-yo tests and treadmills, but like the most important thing is being able to repeatedly like do explosive movements. Because if you can do like, say your explosive movement is a 100%, if you can do like an explosive movement at 85, 90%, 150 times, you'll be like so good, like you'll be in more control. So you want to build that explosive endurance kind of.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. I want to talk a bit as well about. So you've spoken about cricket, how you grew up, how you got into cricket, like the different influences around cricket. I want to talk about how did it balance with maybe other things you had going on, like school, for example. What was it a conflict, or how did cricket and school merge together?
Early on, like up until like year 11, yeah, it wasn't really a conflict because like I was pretty good at cricket anyways, and like you don't have to train that much because you're playing against kids and stuff. And like you just went to school and like GCSE wasn't deep. Like you go to class, you do your homework, you revise like a little bit before exams, and outside of that, you still have enough time to like play all your cricket. So everything's like on easy mode. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense.
Like studies on easy mode. Cricket, like if you're talented, like and you train, if you're talented and you still train a bit, like you'll be fine. But then like you get to basically 16, that's where like most that's where basically, because like once you've done your GCSEs, then like it's like yo, like a lot of like that's where cricket, like that's where a lot of sports cut off, like not even cricket, like cricket, football, that's where it cuts off, where like you have the kids who are good but like they still don't want to do it, compared to like the guys who are like, yo, I actually want to do this properly now. So that's when like the conflict begins, because now instead of like as a kid you might have done like 3 hours of training a week, and like 3.5 hours or like 2 hours of homework, and you just go to school and you go to your match on a Saturday. But then get to 16, 17, and now you've got to like, you know, you got to do like those 3 hours, like that's gym. And like you got to do another 4 or 5 hours a week training. And like if you want to study as well, that's still like another, that's like double the hours, isn't it? From A level to GCSE, you know that. So that's when the conflict really begins.
And then A level was
Peak.
Yeah, it was peak, man. I mean, I know you probably got that talk as well in the first year of A level, where everyone was talking about the big jump. It's such a big jump from GCSE.
Bro, it's even worse than uni. I'm not even lying to you.
It actually is
I
in
don't have
some,
to
in
explain
some
it to you,
respects. Yeah, it's because of the time, and I think everything is like condensed.
It's weird because it's like GCSE where you have exams and stuff, but the workload is uni, like worse than uni level. You have to do it in 2 years. Whereas at uni, obviously you still have like exams, or like mine's all assignments, but because I don't have the same amount of lesson time or just the same amount of content, I can choose when to do it. Like I can bang out. Like if I want to bang out for 1 week, I'll bang out for 1 week. Like it's actually a lot easier for me now in uni, because I know exactly what my assignments are. And like I don't actually have to, like it's not like GCSE or A level where like I actually have to go. Obviously you still have lectures and stuff, but it's not that many. So you have all this other time. So like say 1 week here, so say like I have a season coming up here, and I just want to for 1 week, like I'm going to train with my mates. I'll just bang out the whole week. I'll just bang out cricket, and then I'll go back to uni or something, and like the whole week I'll just bang out uni work. Like I'm more in control. So that's like, it's actually like a lot easier for me to balance it in uni. And whereas in GCSE you didn't actually have to balance it. Like it was light work. Everything was easy mode, didn't it? But that A level was the balance. Finding the balance was so hard because like I wanted to do one, but like there just wasn't enough time to fit both in.
Because I think another thing, like you mentioned, a lot of your grades are from assignments. In A level, it was all cramped into a final exam.
It's not final exam, but you have like 4 exams. You have an exam every like 8 weeks.
And these were exams that actually went on your record and on your predicted and on your things. And like I think that's what made this so hard, because you didn't have as much of a chance to prove yourself. You just had like one big
but that's it
thing.
And the worst part is, especially when you play cricket, when do all the big exams happen?
Like towards May, June.
Yeah, when does the cricket season start? May, June. So I'm there, like I'm saying May Junior, I'm like, yo, I gotta be ready for the season.
Yeah.
I need to be like training 7 hours a week because I got a big season coming up. I got to hit the ground running this season, yeah. And then like there's my head of year, so I say, yo, you got exams in 7 weeks, bro. You got to bang out 7 hours of study. I'm like, what do you mean 7 hours of study, bro? Like I got to play cricket that's like 7 hours this week. I got to bang out. He's like, nah, you got to do this. I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I got to do one or the other, like, because they both conflict. Whereas at uni, because it's all assignments.
Yeah.
I know my season. I know that my season starts May, June.
Mm-hmm.
I can catch up on all my assignments before that.
Yeah.
I can bang out, and then when it comes to May, June, all I have to do is finish it. Do the finishing touches, innit?
Mm-hmm.
I've already got everything planned.
Yeah.
I've already done a lot of the work before.
Yeah.
Now, like I can, and it's not like an exam where, like say in A levels, yeah, you done all your revision in January, and then you banged out cricket to prepare for the season. Then you come in May, like you forgot all that revision.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's the timing as well.
Yeah, it's different with assignments because like once you've done it. Like you don't have to remember it again. You don't have to re-revise it. You just do. You write. You got 10,000 words. You write out, and it comes June, July. You reread it. You do the last few thousand words. Finish up the bits, and that's it. You hand it in. You're done.
Yeah.
So it's just so much easier to balance.
Yeah. And in terms of your assignment, because for us we have individual assignments, group assignments. Do you have any group assignments as well?
Yeah, we have one this year, but like luckily like my group is like they're quite flexible. Like we actually have a good mix in our group. Okay. The one thing you never want to do, yeah, like a GCSE, uni, A level, like clock, never be in a group with your friends. That's the worst thing you can do. The amount of time you will waste, if you're in a group with your friends. Yeah. Like even at uni, you have a choice, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like there's certain man, yeah. Like I love these guys. I chill with them all the time. I'm like, yo, I can't work with you.
Yeah. Because we're not gonna get anything done.
I'm just gonna waste 8 hours. Not even like we can't get anything done. Like bro, we just can't work together. Because like you just don't vibe the same way. Yeah. Whereas my uni group's actually quite good because I quite like doing all the editing and like the storyline and all the creating plans and planning. Like I love doing all of that stuff, planning and editing. Mm-hmm. And one other guy, he's really good at presenting it. So he's like really good at being in front of the camera, speaking, asking all the questions. Mm-hmm. And there's one other guy, yeah, bro, he's like a tech wizard. Like this guy loves being behind the camera. He knows all the wires, all the buttons, everything about cameras. Yeah. And the other guy, like he's really good at social media. Yeah. So like as a team, it actually works really well. Yeah. Can hand it in. But like, if I don't have my friends, bro, like it's actually just gonna be just gonna be a shit show, bro.
Yeah, it's not gonna gel properly. Yeah, so for context for those who are watching, so you study sports journalism at Solent University, and like a big part of your assignment is like coming up with interviews on things like that.
It's all about creation, all about creating content. So creating video packages where I have to go out, interview people, take videos of them, videos of what they're doing, and make into like a nice news story, and then upload that to social media, to YouTube, everything. And then I have to do the same thing for like a podcast. So I have to go do like a podcast, interview someone, and I have to find like other sounds and stuff. So like it's actually, you have to do quite a lot of elements. That's why it's really good to have people with different skills. Yeah. So you can actually split up and say, look, I'm going to do planning and editing. Yeah. You're going to do presenting. You're going to do social media. You're just going to do the camera work. And all together, you end up with like a really good end product, and like actually looks really good. And you can hand it and say, look, yeah, we done this as a team, and like it actually looks good now. Yeah.
I think I saw one of your recent pieces of work you did was with a cricketer. I think he made his debut for England or something.
Yeah.
Who was that? Talk us a little bit through that.
Debut for England. You mean Noah Cornwall? Or you talking about the one where the most recent one I uploaded was it was the one about the price of cricket bats?
No, not that one. I think it's the Noah one.
Is it? Yeah.
He's quite young. Like he made
that's
debut
it
or something. Yeah.
So I used to play with him like in under 16s or something. Yeah. And he ended up playing for England under 19s, and like he's a professional now. So I interviewed him, and then I had to like get some videos of him playing. But that was quite a. I did that myself, like over a long period of time. It took me like a good 4 or 5 months to do that.
Okay.
So that took quite a while, but that wasn't like as intense. The group work that I do, literally we'll finish it on Tuesday, and next week our lecturer will be like, right, so I need you guys next week. You have 7 days to get me a story about cricket or like football or like AFL. He'll be like, yo, next week it's a Super Bowl. Give me an NFL story. I'm like, what? So like in the space of as soon as that comes out in the first 24 hours, all I'm doing is like messaging, calling people like, yo, what do you know about AFL? Can you get an interview with him? Then you organize an interview time, and then you have to book out all the kit. Like you have to say, yo, we're gonna do this. I need this camera, that camera. Like we borrow it from uni, obviously.
Yeah.
But we have to book that all out, do the interview, and then we have to film the interview.
Yeah.
Like, so that's the first 2 days is like booking, planning everything. Third day, or normally third or fourth day, you actually do the interview. Yeah. And the last 2 days you're editing, you got to make it look good, everything. Yeah. And then by the next Tuesday, you go in there, you do the final touches, and you hand it in, and that ends up going up on YouTube. I think I've got it here somewhere, bro.
Oh, let me see that. 7 days is crazy. Damn.
So like, let me show you the one that. Like, basically, all of us are in like one massive office. It's called the newsroom. And in there, like, we basically just turn around. Like, look, if you go to a live here, this is our most recent live, bro.
Is that about a cricket?
That's just the guy. That's the guy presenting it.
Oh, from your group.
Yeah, that's the presenter, and this is all of us. We made this.
Which team is this?
I don't know. I didn't make this one.
Shit, where's techie?
My one will come in a second, bro.
Bro's doing all that just for the camera. Just because the camera came on.
There's that one. That's me, bro.
Oh. Okay, this one's about cricket.
Yeah. What's happening, Matthew? So this one, I'll explain to you. I went to this ground, Like this was 2 days before the first match here, so I went to film training and stuff and get some interviews, like normal stuff, innit?
Yeah.
And then on that same day, we clocked that the women's team, their head coach, wasn't in any of the pictures.
Oh damn.
So we just thought like, oh, she was late or something.
Yeah.
But literally, like just before this call, I got a message from my lecturer, because I wasn't even on my phone, I was filming. He's like, yo, have you seen the news? I'm like, nah, what? He's like, yo, that women's coach that wasn't there, she became the head coach of England.
Damn.
She got announced the head coach of England.
On that same day?
Literally 2 minutes before this went live.
Yeah.
So like everything I was planning, I was planning to talk about just like, the season starting, whatever. And like 2 minutes before this, I had he told me, and he's like, oh, just say something about it. I was like, yo, but like, there's no, what should I say? He's like, I don't care, bro, but you gotta tell us information. Like, bro, I didn't even know myself, because I was on the other side of the ground watching the men train. So I literally had to do this interview with him, explaining all of that. Yeah. Then I had to go on a live radio call with the other guys. I can probably pull out the live radio somewhere.
Damn, so this is like a proper news kind of presentation. Something you would see on BBC.
It's literally, we try to do the same stuff. Obviously, we make mistakes and stuff because we're students, but we're trying to do the same types of things, but obviously for the student website, the university website. So it's like actually working like in news. So but then like, I'll show you one of the packages accurate. That was just me on live, Okay. I wasn't actually creating anything that day. They just sent me out to the ground to like collect stuff.
Yeah.
But if I go to back to there, you can see this one video where I discuss the price. This one. Where I had to go out, interview these guys on Teams or whatever. Cricket season is just Although it may be hard to believe, the cricket season is just around the corner, which means a lot of cricketers will be dusting off their old kit bags and getting ready for indoor nets. However, a lot more will have to go to the shops to buy some brand new gear. Although you can get bats for this price, they come with a risk of poor performance and they break quickly. This means a lot of players have to go and buy their bats from more expensive manufacturers like Millichamp and Hall.
And get a very, very good, cheaper bat. You can be lucky, but you can also be very unlucky, and then it's false economy, right? If you've got to buy 3 bats before you get a good one, you've paid the same money.
Factor in a helmet, box, the thigh pads even, some people wear an arm guard. Even shoes and the spikes nowadays become very expensive. If you were to factor everything in, it would be a big struggle. But there are genuine...
budgets and students will need to make sacrifices to get what they want.
On the softs, with any ranges, doesn't matter who you're buying, whatever you're buying, you will get finer materials, you'll get nice bits of leather, they will look good, they'll have all the extra protection. But the reality is, you know, you score runs with your bat, not with your pads or your gloves or your thigh pad. If it's what you're doing and you're good at it, you know, spend the money on the bit of kit. Don't go to Costa's and spend £6 on a coffee. Don't buy the most expensive trainers. Don't go down the pub and buy cocktails.
Thanks for the advice, Huz. You can go and enjoy your new bat, but I'm going to stick to the cocktails.
Turn that around. Yeah. Most of it's like the planning, the filming, and once... Because if you get the planning and the filming right, the editing is easy because you already know what you're doing. Yeah. You just chuck that stuff together. So,
damn, that does look very well produced. Like it seems like you guys scripted everything. Do you have to? Is it like a movie where you have a script and then you do what's on the script, or do you like freestyle a little bit?
There's not a specific script, but you basically like the best ones are like pretty much scripted. Where I have a Word doc which says, like, you know, the stuff I'm saying, that's all scripted. So I'll say, I'm going to say this, and then we're going to cut to interview clip, like 20-second interview clip, the guy says that, and then after that, we do the next bit, we do the next, like, me talking in the next location, I'm going to do the next thing, and the whole time, obviously you can't just have interviews of me talking, you need to have other stuff going on, because like bro, no one's to see that. So outside of that, you have to film a load of other clips. So like you saw there's like clips of me just like holding a bat, clips of someone hitting the ball, clips of someone like holding gloves and all the stuff you're trying to buy. So you've got to film that on top of it, so you can put it on top of the interview. So like, bro, imagine like that guy in the interview who's saying, oh, like you should buy gloves for £40, and suddenly I have to show up a picture of gloves with like £40, simple. Or like at the end where the guy was like, don't go to Costco and there's a guy drinking Costco, and like don't buy trainers, there's a guy tying laces. So like, even though it's like only 2.5 minutes, like 3 minutes, like news package, that takes like a long time. And because we've got a whole class of like we have like 8-9 groups doing it. All together we can make like 10 stories, like about 2.5 minutes long, and like we get like a half an hour bulletin. So it takes a while, but you get there in the end.
Man, that's actually really good, man. And I think people might not realize how much effort it takes, because even on social media, I've seen some people who do. There's this guy who did a 10-second or like 11-second video for Coca-Cola. You know the people who do who try to do an advert for Coca-Cola, and it's really good. There's like all these different effects going on. It's only 11 seconds. But he said it took him 9 months, bro.
Honestly, it takes so long because you have to plan all the shots, get all the right shots. Then if the shot isn't right, you have to do it again. You have to get the lighting, everything right. So to make like a 3-minute proper video with all the right elements and everything takes a long time. Also, you can just do a TikTok explaining it, which is alright. But obviously, like with everything in life, like the better quality, the better product. It's hours, and like planning, and like, a lot of the time, like shit just goes wrong, bro. Like you'd just be raining that day. What do I do, bro? You just gotta find something else. So like the interviewer, like those 2 interviews, they couldn't come to me. I had to Teams call them and like film the Teams call. So a lot of the time stuff just flies off the wire. But bro, you just gotta keep doing it. You gotta keep trying, man. It's like when you're trying to get interviews, like, unless you've organized it through like the sponsors or like the team manager or something. Like if you're just at a game, like you're attending a game, you're trying to get interviews, but you just got to ask everyone, like, yo, do you think you can give me like, and they might just say, yo, sorry, like, I can't do it, I'm busy, but you just got to keep going, and eventually you find someone. So
yeah, that's a good mindset to have, man. I'm happy we talked about cricket and school and like your journalism stuff. I want to talk a bit about, you know, stuff that you might have coming up and stuff in the future. I know, you know, you're heavily involved in journalism now. I feel like with the production process of journalism, it's quite similar to like movie and the entertainment industry. Do you ever see yourself getting into that?
depends. There's obviously pure journalism, but even that is still like, it's still a form of entertainment. Because obviously you watch the news to know what's going on.
Yeah.
But you won't. But if the only reason you watch the news was just to find out stuff, you'll literally flick through, like 3 Twitter posts, and that's it. Your day done. But obviously, it's very much entertainment. A lot of it is the entertainment. You've got to keep people hooked.
Yeah.
It's a story. Like, you're telling them stories. You've got to keep them. You've got to make them want to hear more about the story, more about what's going on. So, but that's the hard part. You've got to balance journalism, like actually telling them stuff, with the storytelling and actually making it interesting. Because people want to hear valuable information, but in interesting ways. So, I'm not really sure which way I'll delve into. Because I think a lot of journalists, they end up doing a bit of both.
Yeah.
So like I explained to you earlier, I was at the ground, ended up doing straight up journalism. Like there wasn't time for entertainment. I just fully said, "You'll hear the facts. Charlotte Edwards has been signed to be the New England coach. She's no longer Hampshire coach. Blah blah blah." But then other times when I've got more time, I can make it more of an entertainment and say, like a longer project, like, "Oh, have you noticed that in football in the past 4 months this has been happening?" And make an interesting story. So a lot of it's actually doing a bit of both. Like you might end up doing more of one, but you normally end up doing both.
Yeah, makes sense. So would you see yourself doing something like being a news anchor for BBC, Sky News, something like that? Is that way you sort of see yourself going?
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna end up in front of the camera. That requires a lot of specific skills, a lot of stuff. Maybe because next year I'm gonna do a commentary module at uni. So if I like that, it might end up going alright. But I'm very flexible right now. I feel like the only thing I'm not gonna do is be the one touching and fiddling with the wires and the buttons on the camera, because like I just can't understand none of that. I'll be real.
It's
like editing,
super technical.
I can do editing on like Adobe or CapCut or all that stuff. Editing, like scripting, planning, storytelling. I can do that. In front of the camera, I'm still pretty good at presenting and stuff. But and writing. I really like writing. I do a lot of writing because like it gives you the chance to because when you're in front of the camera and trying to explain something, you gotta edit it, delete it, and like you can't do it live. Whereas when you're writing, you can write it, delete the whole thing again if it goes wrong, and just start again. Like it's just words, in it. You can play around with them. So that's the most. I think that's most natural for me is writing.
Okay, and so in terms of your commentary model next week, would that be like live commentary for a match kind of thing?
No,
like
I think
what Micah Richards and all of them, and they do.
They do that. They do presenting and commentary, but yeah, it's kind of like that. They'll basically, I'll go through like how to commentate, what kind of stuff to pick up on, like how to put in facts. Like, because obviously it's not as simple as just saying, "Oh, Raheem Sterling has the ball. Raheem Sterling cuts inside. Raheem Sterling shoots. Raheem Sterling hits the crossbar. The ball goes out for a goal kick." You've got to learn how to say that. But like you got to change the tone of your voice. So we also do this thing called voice training.
Okay.
They teach you how to speak. Like you got to change your tone. Like up and down, quiet, loud. You got to emphasize certain words. And then you've also got to make sure that you put in the facts at the right time. So you can't just say Raheem Sterling was born in Jamaica is going inside. Raheem Sterling who comes from Wembley. Like you've got to say it at the right time. Do you know what I'm saying? At the dull moments and stuff like that. So it's a lot of that. It's like technique. Like
do you guys analyze some of the greats? Like obviously, a lot of people love certain people like Peter Drury. Is it Peter Drury?
Yeah, that's the poetic guy. Nah, I wouldn't like. We do analyze, but not like Peter Drury, because that's a completely different style. That's like pure like
Like
Put this way,
artistic.
yeah, if any of us tried doing that live, one, you need like 30 years of experience, because then you'll know what to say at the right moment.
Yeah.
Because like if I said it with like, bro, 2 months of experience, it's gonna be pure cringe. Like, imagine me trying to spit Shakespeare bars on like, or like a live commentary, and they go, "Yo, who's this guy? It's so cringe." They're gonna turn off the TV. They're gonna put it on mute and watch their match, bro. So yeah, you basically just got a load of practice. But yeah, we do analyze, like they'll send us they make us watch 20 seconds of like a commentary clip and say, what did this guy do well? And you have to say he said like 7 facts, or bro included this fact at the right time, or bro explained this, or like he changed his tone, he emphasized these words, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think commentating is one of those areas that people think is just so straightforward, because it looks good on the surface, isn't it?
It's like, good, like, yo,
you're
you
just sitting at the sports ground, you're talking, but I feel like it takes so much study.
I know a
know your stuff.
I know a guy who, really close friend of mine, Michael McCann. He does like cricket commentary, football commentary, and stuff. And I've seen the amount of prep that he does for his commentary game. I'm talking like 7 full pages, Word doc. And he's got facts about every single person, like their life, so everything, like all the facts, everything. And like he has to just keep practicing. So the amount of research that he does for like one game is crazy.
Yeah.
Like people just think, oh, you just like rock up to the game, you turn on the mic, you watch the match, and you literally just say, cut inside, shoot, ball goes to midfield, the ball goes to the left, the ball goes to the right. Like it's a lot more than that. There's so much research, and like and obviously you're doing it live, so like you gotta be composed. Even if you mess up, you gotta make it feel like you haven't messed up. So like if you get the person's name wrong, you have to be like, oh sorry, my apologies, correct pronunciation is blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like so you gotta like finesse your way out of difficult situations.
Yeah. I love that there's different styles of commentary as well. So like some Spanish commentators who's been so passionate.
Yeah. And then you have like, bro, I'm sometimes watching Champions League, yeah, and someone scores and bro like, and there we go, Aston Villa scored. You were expecting it, weren't you? And the other end there's like an Arab commentator, yeah? Bro plays like a pass around the back and he's going, Upamecano, passa tu, Joshua Kimmich, passa down the line. And you're like, yo, this is
like go.
Forget about the goal, like I get it, when the goal goes inside. But bro, they're just passing it through midfield, and like, pass it. So yeah, bro, it's different styles, different cultures. It's like, there's a lot of variety in commentary, but I think it's something I'll try, but we'll see how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very vague at the moment, very, very open.
Yeah, I think that's the stage that I think both of us and a lot of people our age are at as well. Like we're doing things, you know, like we got things that we're working towards, but it's not like clear cut, you know. It's not like, oh, this is where I want to end up, this is what I want to do. It's just like I'm doing this to occupy my time, to also help me to sort of figure out in real time what I do want to do.
People think that like sportsmen are like that. Like, say for example, I'll be like, yo, I'm going to become a cricketer, or someone says, oh, I'm going to be a footballer. People think, oh, that's like, you know exactly what you're going to be, but it's not just like that. Like that's not very specific. Football, like there's a lot of different football you can play in so many different leagues. You can play football at so many different levels. You can earn so many different amounts of money playing football. And the same in cricket, you can play like different types of cricket, like different formats, different games. You earn different types of money. You can work in cricket as a coach. Like it's very vague. Like people think that once you decide, even for sports person, once you decide to become a sports person, you just that's it. You're one single focus minded. Some people are. Some people just go, I'm playing for Real Madrid. That's it. I'm going to play for Barcelona. I don't care what happens. I'll become the best player in the world. I'm going to play for Barcelona as a striker. But like that's very rare. A lot more people are a lot more vague than that. Even as a sports person, which you think is direct, but even that's more vague. Because, you know, change positions, change teams, change levels, up, down, left, right. It's not just like, yo, I'm playing for Barcelona. You just go, shing, play for Barcelona. That's it.
Like you gotta go through, like the guy, who's the guy who scored in the Europa League final? Ademola Lookman. He used to play for Cambridge United or something, right?
He used to play for Leyton Orient. Bro, do you know what's the maddest thing? I told you, I was watching the World Cup a couple of years ago, and Ghana's left back is from Northolt.
You're lying. What's his name?
Lamptey.
Oh, Tariq Lamptey.
Bro, he played for Ghana at the World
Oh,
Cup.
he played for Larkspur.
Bro, he's from like around here somewhere.
Yeah,
innit?
he is.
He went to like Queensmead or something. He went to Athel School.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So imagine I'm there, yeah, and the commentator saying, Ghana left back, Tariq Lamptey, did you know he was born in Northolt? And I'm like, how was the World Cup commentator? They're telling me like, this was a big game. I think it was like Ghana, who did they play, Brazil or something?
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was like, it was one of their big games, might have been Portugal, someone like that.
Yeah.
But Ghana playing a big game, yeah. And like I see this guy talk about Northolt. I'm like, how did Northolt get to the World Cup? I was not even talking about England, but he was talking about Ghana. I'm like, how's this guy, yeah? Like, England's not even playing. It's Ghana that's someone that's supposed to talk about Northolt.
Yeah.
So it's actually mad. Like, you just end up in different places.
Yeah,
Bro.
that's great. I forgot about it. He plays for Brighton,
You know that Lookman guy?
Yeah.
So he won African Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Bro was born in Wandsworth. Imagine that, African Player of the Year born in Wandsworth. That's sick, bro.
Yeah. I guess it's because of his like ethnicity.
Yeah, obviously. But it's mad, bro. Like you don't even think about that.
Yeah.
Like, bro, Wandsworth, that's the most like irrelevant place on earth.
Yeah.
And then like 5 years later, African Football of the Year, born Wandsworth.
Yeah. I don't even know where Wandsworth is.
It's out eastwards, bro.
East.
Southeast.
I wouldn't even know. If you told me to go to Wandsworth, I'd be
You'd run, bro.
Where's that?
Just run.
Yeah, it is crazy how people go through different journeys and stuff. But yeah, man, it's been a great episode. I feel like the more episodes come out, the more topics we're gonna touch up on. You know, the more exciting guests we're gonna have. You know, I'm sure people have taken a lot from this conversation. Have learned a lot about you, about what you do, about, you know, whether it's cricket or journalism or different life lessons and things. As you can see, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure you subscribe. You know, we got a better setup this season, better quality and everything. You know, drop down your thoughts in the comments if you want to see anyone on the podcast. We're gonna try and make it happen. But yeah, before we wrap up, is there anything that you want to tell the people? Anything that you want to let them know about what you're doing in the future?
More particularly, I've got a very busy summer. I'll be at a few cricket games, mainly in London, reporting on that. And obviously I got my captaining at Acton Cricket Club, so I've got to be like playing there twice a week, trading, all that sort of stuff. So a lot of busy stuff, but yeah, obviously watch out for that. Watch out for stuff that goes on at Acton, and watch out for the stuff that goes on my socials in regards to the journalism side. So you'll see it all there. But yeah, if you like sports, if you like cricket in particular, or if you're just interested in seeing and hearing funny and interesting things, then yeah, that's the place to be.
Yeah, I'll drop all your links down in the description, like your videos. You know, the high production videos they've been making are actually really good. I think people can actually watch them.
They're all on YouTube.
On YouTube, on the Solent University.
Yeah, you put a link
channel.
to that as well.
Yeah, I'll put a link to your platform as well, Huzaifa, Yusuf, and any other articles you have, that you want people to read. I'll put that as well. But thank you for coming. In a great episode.
Yeah, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, man,
Thanks for the fan time.
Sure. Yeah, you can have more as well. Do you want more time? Do you want more?
For scientific purposes, I'm just having more.
That's it. That's a wrap.
Yeah, carry on.
Do you know where coconut milk comes from? Coconut cows, bro.
Coconut cow.
Yeah.
Next on the Jerry Exclusive podcast.
Where they just say, I'm sorry, you're a conservative, I can't speak to you. I mean, I've been talking to girls in the past and they've said, I'm sorry, you're a conservative.
What?
Yeah.
Call your parents right now and ask them to describe you in one word. I'm quite intrigued as well, because that mindset of you saying that, there was a gap in the market and you felt a need almost to fill that gap. Where does that mindset come from? Because it might seem very intuitive and straightforward to you, but for most people, at least our age, I don't think most people have that mentality to see beyond and be like, you know what, I can see things changing, I can see there's a gap there, I can see there's a gap there, how can I exploit that? So where did that mindset come from?